Hi everyone, just wanted to shoot this video just to kind of let you know where I was when I entered the program and where I'm up to now, what I've enjoyed about the program and what my goals are going forward. So when I reached out to Rob, the main reason I reached out was because I felt my MS, multiple sclerosis, was dictating every move of every day in my life. And that was exhausting and making me feel tired and demotivated and lethargic. So that was the main reason, I suppose, why I reached out, and that was manifesting, I suppose, in stopping me from doing household chores on my own. And I definitely lost confidence in walking on my own, going out for a walk, to the point where I'd even bought a walker, which I was really struggling with that. I felt like I couldn't exercise and I was stuck. I also needed to buy a bungalow because of my MS, because I wanted something outstairs. And I felt time pressured because I felt I was deteriorating so rapidly that it had to be done now. I felt like it was really limiting what I was able to do and what I thought I could do, and what I'd previously been capable of, which had resulted in me losing confidence. As I say, in addition, I was demotivated and lethargic, and I wanted to get back into old habits of exercising regularly and going to the gym and eating healthily and stuff like that. And those are the main, I suppose. Weight loss was, that was a secondary kind of reason for reaching out to Rob, because I kind of knew that would come with all the other things. What I've achieved, it's been massive. It's been a life change, really. I feel like the MS is dictating much less of my day. In fact, I'll go weeks without even thinking about it. It's not dictating what I can do and what I think I can do, where I can go, who I can see. It's not dictating things like me thinking about terrain and logistics and are there stairs, and so I go into situations without even that entering my head, which was a big thing for me, and as I say, quite exhausting. Household tasks have become much easier, and I feel I want to do them. Just an example of that is a simple thing like I jet brush drive every year. So 2 years ago, it took me 5 days. Last year, I had a chap to do it because I just felt I couldn't do it. This year, it took me at the most a day and a half. And I feel like I'm competent to do tasks on my own rather than asking other people for help or relying on other people because I think I can't do them myself. Now I feel more determined that I will do them on my own, try them on my own, instead of just relying on everybody else for help. I feel like my mindset's improved. I'm thinking far more positively about everything, really, and certainly having more mental energy to deal with life stresses and challenges that are being thrown my way without shutting down or spiraling. I don't feel under, I will still move to a bungalow, but I don't feel the pressure, the time pressure that I did to have to do that straight away. I can do it at a pace that suits me more in my own time. In terms of doing things that Rob calls non-negotiables, like drinking more fluid, more water, going to bed earlier, sleeping better, eating healthier. He calls them non-negotiables, but I wouldn't even now think about trying to negotiate them. They become ingrained and just something I do, which is massive for me. I feel like I've had an overall confidence boost, in particular, more independent, and as I say, less needing to ask people for help and feeling that I've got to ask people for help because I can actually do things for myself. I feel more confident in social situations. It's kind of probably given me confidence back in myself. So, for example, I used to get quite stressed about meeting new people and being in social circumstances because the MS tends to affect my speech. Quite honestly, I think I've probably thought about that maybe twice during the whole programme, which is another massive thing for me. And finally, in terms of kind of health changes, and I'm more active, definitely, throughout the day. I'm consistent with things like going to the gym, getting my steps in, going for a walk by myself. And I've taken up swimming, which I haven't done for probably 25, 30 years, which has all been great for me. Best parts of the programme, I suppose, rather than the best part, the parts that have surprised me. So I remember distinctly sort of saying to Rob at the beginning when he talked about kind of social media group presence, I remember actually saying group hugs are just not me. You know, I just won't engage in that. It just isn't for me. It surprised me how much I've enjoyed that group support and environment. And it's also surprised me how much I've enjoyed reading about other people's journeys and what they've been able to achieve. And it's also surprised me how honest people are in the group. So if they've not had a good day or they're not had a good week, they're quite open about it, and it's like I'll get straight back on it. And that's been quite inspiring. You know, when you do drop off the wagon, you kind of know that it's safe to do that as long as you get back on it, you know. And that's been quite a revelation, that group support for me. In terms of going forward, quite honestly, my goals haven't really changed. I still feel like I got more to gain physically, and maybe confidence-wise, which is why I've chosen to continue at the moment with Rob. But the goalposts have probably changed. So my goals haven't changed, but the goalposts have probably moved higher up, the higher up my standards have got. I feel like I'm just at the beginning, even though I've come to the end of my kind of 90 days. I feel like I'm at the beginning, and I want to absolutely make sure for myself that what I'm achieving and what's become habit for me remains habit, and is kind of here to stay and not going to go away. And at the worst case scenario, if it does start to drop off, that I've got the self-motivation and the belief that I can do it, I can kickstart again myself. I've kind of gone from an attitude of finding reasons why I can't do something. So making excuses to myself that I can't do something, to being somebody who thinks to themselves, well, let's have a go. Maybe I might be able to achieve it, which is great. And if I can't, can I do it this way or that way? Can I adapt it to be able to do it? While at the same time, I'll always be aware that, there are limits to what I can do. But it's been great and it continues to be great. And if anybody's thinking about doing it and joining Rob, I can't speak highly enough of you. So thank you very much.